What's up, YouTube? Ryan Alex back from Dopamon again. Today we are discussing our roster picks and predictions for the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics happening next February. And on our list for discussion today will be Team China. Yes, you heard that correctly. We will be attempting to give our prediction for the Chinese Olympic hockey team. We've been doing each of the countries competing over the last few weeks, so let's check those out on the channel. I'll link the playlist up in the upper right hand corner or in the description. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more hockey content. And let us know your picks in the comment section down below. If you know anything about Chinese international hockey, we would love to know it.
We don't.
We don't. Before we start, there are some things about this team we need to discuss. First off, I don't think this video would be possible without a post on Reddit we found by the username of DarthLordDonkey, who goes on to explain much about the selection process of this team and a lot of the background information. A lot of research went into this prediction video, and that was a huge part of it. So saying thank you so much to them. We'll link that article down, or that post down in the description. Basically, to sum up the issue surrounding this team, historically, the host country of the Olympics gets an automatic buy into the tournament. The issue is in years past, the host countries have been Russia, China, US, hockey powerhouses. Right now, the IIHF, along with the IOC, are discussing the possibility of actually removing China from the pool of teams competing in the ice hockey tournament in Beijing, for the sake of avoiding embarrassment or national embarrassment to the team and country. Uh, Now, this isn't to belittle the Chinese hockey team at all. Every single one of these players are better than Alex and I, and most of you watching this video, they would skate circles around us. That being said, China is ranked number 32 in the world as far as hockey is concerned, in between Spain and Australia. So to expect this team to be even remotely competitive against Canada, USA, and Germany, who are the ones in their group, is just not realistic at all.
Yeah, we could be facing 60-0 kind of scores. It's just not fair. It's not something you want to see at the Olympics where you want the best of the best facing against each other.
Yeah. If they do decide not to let China compete, apparently the most likely replacement will be Norway, as they are the highest ranked country not currently competing in the tournament. But we'll have to wait and see. The IIHF will decide this apparently by November, early November at the earliest. Now, as far as the team selection is concerned, in order to make this team, competitive, there are some players that are not directly Chinese born, but also players of Chinese descent or non Chinese players who have played in China for more than the last 16 months, and additionally have applied to the IIHF for their international transfer card. That basically means, your nationality, quote unquote, as far as the IIHF is concerned. These are not public anywhere, so we really have no idea who does or does not have one. Essentially, what the team will largely boil down to are players currently playing with the Kunlun Red Star, which is the only Chinese KHL team, as well as a few players who have a history of playing with the Chinese international team programs. Um, so, since this is mostly going to be a huge shot in the dark for us, let us know your picks and who we missed. If you have any knowledge of Chinese hockey or Chinese international hockey in general, we would love to know that. Um, yeah, without further, that's all the exposition we need, I think, for this video.
Mhm.
Who do we have in goal, Alex?
Before that, don't forget to like and subscribe. A lot of work went into this by both us and, of course, the Reddit user. So thanks.
Mm-hmm.
And for goaltenders, we have Zehao Sun, Peng Fai Han, and Jordan Liam. And Zehao Sun, he seems to be widely recognized as like the number one goaltender for China.
Yeah.
And Peng Fai Han, as far as uh, well, we're talking about the quality for a backup goaltender here. Peng Fai Han had a goals against average of over 8 on a winless team in the Czech 3 league, not the top Czech league, not the second best Czech league. We're going down, so we're not expecting much as far as competition and net goes here.
Yeah, it's going to be, apparently, according to the research we found, it's going to be Sun Hao as their goaltender. And yeah, he's a 25-year-old Chinese-born goaltender. He's 5'11", 154 pounds, so he's a smaller guy. But has VHL experience the last couple of years and has international experience in China.
Mm-hmm. And as we're going to notice, a lot of these players are more on the short side compared to their North American counterparts.
Exactly. For our first D pairing, this is where the Kunlun Red Star come into huge effect. We have Victor Bartley and Ryan Sproul. Now, I think Victor Bartley is confirmed. Ryan Sproul is not. I'm not sure if he exactly has the amount of games necessary or if his international transfer card has happened. We're just going to assume that all these players have that, for lack of a better, to not have an argument here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, both of these guys have NHL experience actually. Um, Sproul played, I believe, in the New York Rangers mostly, and Victor Bartley was kind of all over the place, playing in Nashville, Montreal for 8 games, the Minnesota Wild organization. These two guys have NHL and AHL experience, so they'll be the guys that are really, really relied on defense, I think. They're both older guys, too. I think Bartley is 33 and Sproul is 28, so they're the veteran defensive presence on this team.
And for the second pairing, we have on the left side Michael Tam, and on the right Jason Fram. Again, both are from Kunlun Red Star. Both are 5'11", both about 200 pounds. There's not much to say other than Tam has some AHL experience. Fram has only a little bit of experience here in North America. Mostly just played for the WHL, but yeah, they're both just in Kunlun.
Yep, both Kunlun Red Star players. The next players on our list, I believe, are not currently Kunlun players. Oh, they are. This is what I mean. It's going to be highly, highly reliant on this team. The next two players we have are Runen Jan and Tyler Schultz. Runen Jan is a 6'2", 20-year-old left-handed defenseman, so he's a younger guy. And Ty Schultz, I believe, is Canadian-born, New Westminster, BC boy. Played in the WHL and then went straight over to Europe in the VHL and the KHL. So Ty Schultz has actually been playing very well. He has 2 points in 4 games for Kunlun, who is not a very good KHL team, by the way. They are always really at the bottom of their table. But yeah, these are our picks for these ones. Next two are our
The
extra
next two are,
defensemen.
yeah, extra D. We have on the left side Zimeng Chen, and on the right Jake Chelios. That is the son of Chris Chelios.
Yep.
Doesn't have, I think he only has 5 games of NHL experience under his belt, but he's got a bunch of AHL. He's got a bit of his father's game in him, and I think it'd be fun to see him in an Olympic jersey for a
Yeah.
different country.
Now Jake Chelios is a guy who's played over in Kunlun for a few years, but another guy who we're not sure because he's not Chinese born or not of Chinese descent. He'd have to actually retransfer to be a Chinese player. We don't know that. So we'll find out when the team is announced. Really, for
And
that.
and Zimeng Chen, he hasn't played this year. I'm not sure if he's injured or not. A lot of the details are a little bit hard to come by,
Yeah.
but hoping for him to be fully healthy and playing come February.
Yep. All right. So line one, and I like this. They play together in Kunlun. We have Parker Fu, Luke Lockhart, and Spencer Fu. We have Parker and Spencer are brothers, Canadian-born brothers, I believe. They're born in Edmonton. And Luke Lockhart. This is essentially Kunlun's top line. This is the Chinese top line. everything I've seen from roster reports to game reports, this is their best three. Parker is another guy who may or may not be eligible to play, but we're going to assume that he is for the sake of this video. Um, I know they're both speedy wingers. 6'1" Parker, Spencer is 6 foot, so they're on the larger side. And Luke Lockhart has played in the KHL for years, but has WHL and University of British Columbia experience on North American side. And yeah, good top line, if any.
Mhm. And for our second line, we have on the left Brandon Yip, on the middle Corey Kane, and on the right side Josh Nichols. Now, the double IHF they did a whole report, an entire expose on Brandon Yip and his desire to play in the Olympics. Until 2017, as a Canadian born, he hadn't visited China, so he'd been playing there. He spent 2 years as their captain before going over to Finland and then coming back. So he is playing for Kunlun again, and I'm just happy to see his Olympic dream fulfilled.
Yeah, and Brandon Yip, I think, has the most NHL experience out of anyone on this roster,
Yes.
I believe, at 174 games. Uh, Career high 22 points for the Colorado Avalanche in 2010-2011. So he has also played for Nashville and Phoenix. But has, yeah, like you said, played in the KHL for a few years, and I would love to see him make his Olympic debut. That would be
Mhm.
awesome. Corey Kane and Josh Nichols, the other guys. Josh Nichols is actually if you're a Leaf fan, was a Leaf draft pick in 2010 in the 7th round. Never played for the team, obviously, or the Marlies, but yeah, little
Leaf trivia.
Leaf trivia, Leaf representation in the Chinese national team. And Corey Kane is a 6'2" center, 31 years old, was born in the U.S., so he's from the U.S. Chinese descent, so he is very eligible to play. So, third line, we have Chris Sato, Tyler Wong, and Greg Squires. Um, all of these guys play for Kunlun. They play together, I believe, on a line. Sato is the youngest of the bunch. I think he's 24 years old. Wong is 25. Squires is a little older. He's 33. Squires is 5'7", so he's a smaller guy, smaller forward. All these guys, I believe, are Chinese descent, so will be representing China most likely in February.
Fourth line, we have on the left Eddie Yan, also is born as Jun Cheng, just goes by Eddie, being born in Toronto, good Toronto boy. Down the middle we have Sam Hu, and on the right Cheng Zhang. Uh, as far as NHL experience, I don't think any of them have it. I think J- Jung Yang, sorry, Eddie Yan played for the BCHL, but other than that, their experience is really limited to Kunlun.
Yeah, one guy I wanted to mention is Cheng Zhang, the right winger. Uh, is only 26 years old, but has been playing in Chinese international tournaments since 2009. He has an incredible amount of international experience with Team China from U20s, U18s, different Division 2B. I think it's 2B that they're normally in. World Hockey Championship tournaments. I think it's something like 12 or 13 tournaments this guy's been involved in. So
Hmm.
at 26, he is a Chinese international team veteran. So he will most likely be on this team.
So his last game, he was last playing for the China Golden Dragon in the Czech 3 team, as we mentioned before. But he hasn't played since, so whether or not he plays is a little bit up in the air, but we like him for this roster.
Yeah, and I gotta realize too, a lot of these players, have everywhere's been affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. So a lot of these leagues haven't been going on for the last couple of years. So things like the Czech 3 league just don't exist right now.
Mm.
And the last two guys we will mention is Alex Riche, and Mingzhu Zhang. Mingzhu Zhang will be the youngest player if he is named on his team. He's only 19 years old. Born and raised in China, played in the junior Chinese leagues growing up, and played in the U18, the U20 Division Two international team most recently, along with the Czech 3 team as well. That team that did not do very well that Alex mentioned off the top. So that's it. That is our prediction for the Chinese Olympic hockey team roster. Like I said, let us know if you know anything about this team that we don't know. Please let us know down in the comments. And yeah, is that it for you, Alex?
That is. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a good one. Peace.